What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, as always, the greatest host, Kyle Masters. I am not alone in the studio for Smackdown. Super Smackdown, that is. I'm here with my co-host, No Self Phil.
What's up?
Holy crap. What a Super Smackdown Live. That was so awesome. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I'm lying. No, it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. They really hyped this up way too much, calling it Super Smackdown Live. And it was just literally another episode of Smackdown, but live.
Yeah.
Nothing super about it.
They didn't give me much more reason to keep watching in the future.
No, that was really bad. If this is what we're still going to get on USA Network starting in January, wow. That would be freaking wow. You did such a good job. Way to go, guys. Unreal. But moving into the first match, in the opening segment of the night, we had the New Day versus the Lucha Dragons for the WWE Tag Team Championships. We had New Day come out talking about not winning a Slammy Award. Then they end up talking about their Christmas album and a few of their songs on it, just basically taking Christmas names and adding New Day phrases into them. And then the new Lucha Dragons come out and they start the match. The typical New Day start type of match, beating down their opponent, putting him in the corner, doing that crazy tag once and then beat down, tag twice and beat down, tag three times and beat down. You got Xavier Woods outside the ring doing his same old antics with the trombone and distracting. New Day looked pretty dominant throughout this match. We had a botch moment, really scary moment by Sin Cara, or Botch Cara, as him and Kalisto went to dive outside the ring, but Sin Cara completely missed Kofi Kingston and smacked his head off his knee and basically missed him completely.
Yeah.
Whether or not that was Kofi Kingston not being close or Botch Cara just botching.
I don't know.
It looked really bad.
The first of many botches for tonight.
Yeah. Oh my god, tonight was full of botches.
They must have forgotten that it was live. They're like, oh, they can edit it out, but no.
Oh shit, we are live. But after that, we had Sin Cara going for a moonsault later on in the match, who was caught by Big E for a big ending while the referee was being distracted by Xavier Woods, and that ended up being the winning move of the match for New Day, defending their titles on Super Smackdown Live. I guess this was just a Smackdown quality match. Wasn't too epic in any way. It was just Smackdown Live.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard to talk about something like this, right? This is why I watched Smackdown this week, because I thought we were going to get something better, because it's live, but I guess not. So I feel terrible talking about it. It's just I'm so bored talking about it. Moving on. Match number 2, we had an 8-man tag team match. We had Bray Wyatt against the Dudleys. Ryback and Kane. I guess Team ECW is long gone now. I'm thinking they're probably going to shift them out and just keep on with the Dudley boys. Yeah, at least we're not going to see Team ECW get jobbed again, since the Team ECW and the Dudley boys have been getting jobbed the last 2.5 weeks by the Wyatt family. They haven't even picked up a win over them, and that won't be the case for this match either, as it was not too bad of a match. The Wyatts were getting domed at the beginning of the match, and they slowly gained momentum throughout the match. Eric Rowan clotheslined. There's one spot where Eric Rowan clotheslined Ryback pretty brutally outside the ring, and he went over the barricade.
Oh, yeah.
And I looked really closely. Ryback did land on a chair, so it looked pretty bad. As that was going on in the ring, the Dudleys lost the match. I guess we had Sister Abigail done to Bubba Ray Dudley as he was being distracted. And they lose for the 8th time in a row to the Wyatt family. I don't think the Dudleys can get a win over the Wyatts, man. It's insane how the Wyatts are just being put over so much by the Dudleys. It's crazy.
For once, the Wyatts are winning.
I know, it's nuts. I mean, like you said earlier, too, while we were watching it, Wyatts need to do something meaningful now.
Yeah, they need to go for the title. It's time.
What's the point of beating down the Dudleys every goddamn week? It's just getting redundant now. They need to go for a tag team title shot now.
Yeah.
And as you said, maybe even join the Authority and be like the corporate ministry. Remember when the corporate ministry, it was Vince McMahon and his goons with Undertaker and his goons, and they had that big faction. So that'd be kind of smart if they did that with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. It'd be kind of cool to see.
I think it would be.
Yeah, Wyatts do need to boost up their game right now.
Yeah,
it's
just
pretty
randomly attacking someone for every pay-per-view, and then they feud a little bit. It's just they need to go on to the next step.
They're pretty bland right now. Moving on to the next match, we had Rusev and Del Rio, 2 members of the League of Nations, versus the Usos. I guess this was a revenge match from the League of Nations beating the shit out of the Usos before the Raw main event last week. Or yesterday, last week.
Yeah.
It was a back and forth type of matchup. The Usos were gaining momentum a little bit. Barrett distracts the ref, and Alberto Del Rio hits his I don't even know what that finisher is called, that stomp in the corner. I don't even know what he calls it now, but he hits it for the win. Meh. Yeah. I mean, that's what I give this match, a meh. Like, it was just, again, it's a SmackDown match, but live. Yeah. It wasn't a Super SmackDown match, it was a SmackDown match.
Nothing special.
Nope. Good. It was good enough for SmackDown. Let's just put it at that. Moving on. Actually, this was not moving on. This was still in the match. I totally forgot about this. League of Nations were about to beat down Usos. They put him in the ring. They put one of the Usos up. They put the U.S. title over his face.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And it looked like Shane was gonna bro kick him right in the face, and then Roman Reigns comes in for the save. Obviously, to save his family members, except for Barrett. He attacks everyone except for Barrett, which leads me to believe he's still injured.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what's going on with him, but Barrett basically just stood there, scared shitless out of his pants, and ran up to the ramp. But yeah, Roman Reigns came in for the save. This we were talking about it, me and you. This would have been like the perfect time for Teddy Long to come out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we need a tag team match here. Holla, holla, holla. This would have been perfect if Teddy Long was still around. Like, that was like the perfect moment for him to chime in and announce a tag team match. But other than that, again, nothing too special with that match. Moving into match number 4, this was, I guess, just a parody match put together. It was Neville and Titus O'Neil with their manager Santino Marella, who's back in some sort of way. I guess we know he retired from wrestling a while back, but I guess he's still there doing spots like this. He managing Neville and Titus O'Neil in this match versus the Ascension. Holy crap, the Ascension's back too. Where the hell have they been? I mean,
pre-shows, that's where they've been.
Like, this is the first Ascension match I've seen in a while. I mean, like, Gravity may have forgotten Neville, but the Ascension are the tag team that WWE forgot. Yeah. Like, it's pretty bad. But anyways, we had Cody Rhodes or Stardust as their manager. It was a pretty quick match. The Ascension basically got jobbed. No wonder they're not on TV anymore. They're just there to basically job. It's sad that the Ascension get jobbed all the time now. Like, they go from a top tier team in NXT with the tag team titles to getting jobbed all the fucking time on WWE roster. Like, they could have done so much better with this team. They could have been like an undefeated tag team for like a year straight with the titles or something. Like, they look like dominant force tag team. I know. But now they get jobbed by anybody.
Instead, they're doing these comedy bits backstage, and they're not even in the title scene.
No, and it's pretty bad. This is misuse of talent, 100% right here. But other than that, again, another SmackDown match, but live. Remember, it was live. Holy crap.
Super SmackDown.
Super SmackDown Live. That was a super match. Moving on.
It's super.
Really didn't expect this to happen because me and you were talking about, okay, well, where are the Divas?
Yeah.
Finally, we have a Divas match. This was not even announced at all throughout the night. This just showed up out of nowhere. This is why it's surprising. On Raw, they announce it like throughout the show, and they do some Diva segments. There's nothing on SmackDown until this point about the Divas. It looks like SmackDown's really lack of Divas right now, I guess. I guess the Divas Revolution is mainly on Raw. I mean,
I guess so.
I'm pretty sure I remember old SmackDowns before this talking about the Divas, and Divas had more involvement. And now it's a live show. They just basically buried the Divas. Mm-hmm. Some Divas Revolution. Awesome. Anyways, it was a decent type of Divas match. We had Charlotte against Brie Bella with Becky Lynch on commentary. Again, this is one of these matches where someone's on commentary. I wish the commentators would at least pay attention to the match and some of the movesets being performed. And no, it was just Michael Cole asking the annoying, stupid, insane questions to Becky over and over again throughout the entire match. Until halfway through, we hear Team Bad's theme song, which is mainly Sasha Banks' theme song. They all come out in their like ugly Christmas onesie type outfits. Come around dancing around the ring. They go over to Becky Lynch on commentary and pour eggnog all over her.
Oh, that was eggnog.
Which causes Becky Lynch to have a hitsy fit and start beating the crap out of Naomi, who then Team Bad starts beating the crap out of Becky Lynch while Charlotte just watches from the ring. Does nothing about, so she's like, screw it, I'm just going to win the match. Puts Brie Bella in the figure 8 and wins the match, and then checks on Becky after, which again is too late, as that time Team Bad already made it to the top of the ramp. So I'm guessing this is Charlotte slowly transitioning into a heel. She saw her friend in need.
Right now,
Yep, she saw her friend in need and didn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing when she does become a heel, I think she's gonna feud with Becky, which I think Becky is gonna screw Charlotte out of the title soon enough, and that's how they're gonna start their feud together. I don't see if they're gonna feud. I don't see Becky getting a title shot anytime soon. I think Paige and Sasha Banks are too over right now for that to happen. Yeah. So we'll see about that. But as for that, I think Charlotte slowly transitioning to a heel. We'll see what happens in the upcoming weeks leading up to the pay-per-view of the Royal Rumble. But going into the main event of SmackDown, we had the Intercontinental Championship match. We were kind of anticipating this. We thought, okay, this could probably save Super SmackDown Live. We had Kevin Owens against Dean Ambrose against Dolph Ziggler. It started out a pretty good match. Everyone getting in their spots everywhere, looking strong. They make their way up to the stage shut-up. Then Kevin Owens kind of beats the shit out of both of them, using the stage shut-up as props, like whipping the present at Dean Ambrose's head, and then and then throwing Dolph Ziggler into the Christmas tree. And then Dolph Ziggler and Ambrose team up with each other and throw Kevin Owens off the stage, which was pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, there's no padding, there's no mat down there. It was just literally it was just Christmas tree and props everywhere. He landed on top of the props and the cement floor, which looked like it really hurt. But it's a good move right there. They eventually led back to the ring, and eventually Kevin Owens got up and joined, which I thought he was just going to lie there until the end of the match, and it didn't end up happening. They moved back to the ring, have a pretty even match all the way around. There was one point where Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds, where he got it locked in, and then Ziggler came running after, and then hit his finisher at the same time. Yeah. And that actually looked pretty cool. So it was like basically a double finisher in one move.
Yeah, Ziggler hit his zigzag on Ambrose, who had Owens in the Dirty Deeds position. Yeah. So that was probably the best spot of the match.
That was insane. Yeah. And that of course it caused the fans to go, "This is awesome," because really they had nothing else to cheer about all of Super SmackDown Live. But after that, Ambrose hits the Dirty Deeds out of nowhere on Dolph Ziggler after he super kicked Kevin Owens for the win. Ugh, man, I honestly thought there was going to at least be one title change here on Super SmackDown. Wasn't the case. Dean Ambrose retains the title, which I'm still okay with. He's a good Intercontinental Champion. I just thought they were going to have a title change to boost the SmackDown ratings and make it look good for its debut on the USA Network, which was aired tonight on USA in the beginning of January, so I guess that wasn't the case. But good on for Dean Ambrose, I guess, for defending the title. I don't know where this feud's going after this, leading into the Royal Rumble, which is about a month away. So I guess there's a lot of planning to do with this feud, so we'll have to see. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Super SmackDown,
nothing special.
Nothing, not super. Let's just say that. Not super, lots of botches. SmackDown. There was regular SmackDown, but live. Yeah. Like, it was like watching a SmackDown live event. It was really bad. Lots of botches, terrible segments. Ugh. Just, I think we could have just not done a review for this and saved everybody time. Yeah. Put out a 10-second video and say, don't watch SmackDown. Do yourself a favor, just watch something else. Yeah. That was really bad. I don't even give it a star. I can't give it a star. Maybe I'll give it a 1 star for the finisher, or that double finisher in the main event. That's it. That is it. Show. That is it. Like, I don't understand how they don't make SmackDown better. Why do they keep making SmackDown get job like this?
They've got to do the brand split again.
They do.
So then they can have separate storylines.
This literally is the only solution to this, is to have the brand split again. So you can have separate storylines, make Raw back to 2 hours long instead of 3 hours long. You got quality product both. It was good back in the day. There was nothing wrong with it back in the day in like 2006 when SmackDown almost had a better roster than Raw did. But I watched both shows and my thought process watching both shows, like, okay, shit, what's gonna happen on SmackDown this week? Because last week on SmackDown, not Raw, the previous week on SmackDown, this shit happened. So I want to see what happens on SmackDown this week. Like, it's separate storylines and separate things happening. And like, whenever one person would show up on the other show, you're like, oh shit, what the hell is he doing here? They create better storylines. Yeah. They need to do the brand split, bottom line. And whether or not WWE does that or not, I have a feeling they won't do it. But you know what? That's the solution to make SmackDown better. So we'll have to see how the first episode of SmackDown does in January. Other than that, guys, I don't see us doing any reviews for a while now, probably for another week because of the holidays coming up. So we'll try to do one for Raw next week, which I don't know what the day is. I think it's the 27th or 28th. But other than that, guys, I'm your host as always, Kyle Masters, the greatest host. I got my co-host with me here, No Cell Phil.
See ya.
We want to wish you guys all a happy holidays and a safe holiday.